Right, I confused myself. So, right, so if we're going on the left hand side, if you got a lesion on the left optic nerve, so in some sort of trauma or something, that would completely cut off this visual field like this. Well, that's actually on the right, but this visual field would just be gone. And the reason it would be gone is because we've lost this aspect. So from the left hand side of the brain, we've lost this aspect coming across to your nasal part of the left, so your left nasal hemifield, and then you've also lost the decussating part from the right. So you've also lost your left temporal hemifield, because you've crossed it out here at your optic nerve, and this is probably the one which sort of helps people to understand it the most. Well, it certainly helped me to understand it the most. Is when you lose your optic chiasm, i.e., in some sort of pituitary adenoma or something, or some acromegaly type shit. You always get bitemporal hemianopia, and we can sort of work out why that is. So from the right hand side, you got fibers deep. Oh, I've got a text message. Hold on, wait till that goes away so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, buggers. Right, okay, fine. So you've got fibers coming over from the right hand side, decussate, they come and they're going to make up this portion of your left field, and then the same side on this side, and it's going to make up the right portion of your right. So you lose your like here, you lose your peripheral vision as such. And so this is a long, convoluted way of answering your question, but so you're talking about why does a right contralateral homonymous hemianopia, why is that a left-sided lesion? So in a right contralateral homonymous hemianopia, we would knock out, I've color-coded this badly. The red is meant to correspond to the orange, and the green to the green, obviously. But so if we were to have a right contralateral homonymous hemianopia, I'm such a bad cameraman. We would knock out this and this. Okay, that makes sense. So why does that mean it's a left-hand sided lesion? It's because we must have cut it off here. Here. It can't have happened anywhere earlier because the visual field defect would be different. So it has to be that the fibers is not just crossed fibers like it was in the optic chiasm defect, and if it was monocular loss, it would be fibers from sort of complementary sides. So by default, a right contralateral homonymous hemianopia has to be just fibers from the left hand side, i.e. you can see, so these fibers come up, decussate, and they're on the nasal side, and they form of your right visual field. They form the temporal bit, i.e. this bit. So this is the bit that we've in a contralateral homonymous hemianopia, we've lost this because we've got some defect here. That's where we fucked up. We've got some sort of cavernous sinus or swelling, build up intracranial pressure or middle cerebral arterial bleed or something. Something's fucked up here just prior to the optic radiation, because when you get into optic radiation you get into weird things like that. So we fucked up that. This bit's wiped out, but also the bit that stays on this side of the cranium and goes into the left hand eye, my battery's running out, this bit is also wiped out. So if we go over to this diagram, it's on your left visual field, the right hand side is also messed up like that. So hopefully that explains why with a contralateral homonymous hemianopia it's actually the opposite side, because yes, the fibers decussate, but it's not only, it's only a portion of them, and that doesn't explain the whole story. So I mean, obviously the same works vice versa, i.e. if you were to get a left consolateral homonymous hemianopia, i.e. these orange bits were wiped out. It's because you've got a lesion somewhere before the optic chiasm and before the optic nerve, because these two red bits are wiped out, and the corresponding eye fields are wiped out. That probably doesn't really explain what you asked. I tried, but I don't know if that actually helped.